Manchester United have led for just 92 minutes this Premier League season, bettering only relegation favourites Luton Town and Sheffield United. But what's even more worrying for the Red Devils is their performances, leaving many fans to question, what is Erik ten Hag's style of play? At Ajax, we became familiar with Erik ten Hag's 4-3-3 possession-based style, which had a lot of technical security in the backline to build out from. They were aggressive when they reached the final third, they put a lot of bodies into the forward line to overload and stretch the opposition's backline, but sometimes they were pragmatic. So last season, Erik ten Hag abandoned playing out from the back, following back-to-back defeats against Brentford and Brighton due to not having the personnel available to be able to play a possession-based style. And it was clear that Manchester United needed certain backline and midfield reinforcements to consistently play this way. Fast forward 17 months and £410 million spent in the transfer market, and Erik ten Hag has still failed to implement his own style of football. If anything, Manchester United have adapted even further away from this style. Last season saw them play a deeper line and look to exploit the space in behind the opposition's backline on the break, which got the best out of their better forward players. This season they are trying to play even more of a direct style, and this is to completely skip the midfield phases when building out from the back. This is so they can press and regain first and second balls higher up the pitch and look to attack in transition and exploit the space in behind. And with players like Scott McTominay and Rasmus Højlund in the starting 11, and the lack of quality ball-playing defenders like Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez, we've seen this direct approach even more. Ten Hag has said that his team have improved in aspects this campaign, highlighting that Manchester United lead the way in high regains and middle ball regains, indicating that their press is very good. But off the ball, it hasn't entirely clicked. The man-to-man pressing is a very high-risk, high-reward tactic, but the Red Devils continue to concede chances where an opposition player has managed to get away from his man, arrive late into the box unmarked and slot home with a huge amount of space around him. And there are definitely signs that are worrying on the ball too. United, as we know, are trying to play a lot more direct this season, but there seems to be no balance of when to control games and when to start going direct. We can see here against Burnley just how many long balls were played directly from the goalkeeper. This has resulted in a pretty consistent direct approach in games regardless of the opposition's quality, and this is starting to be reflected in the stats. Manchester United ranks second for direct attacks, are 12th for percentages of long passes in the Premier League, and have managed to find the back of the net just 11 times, which is only once more than Nottingham Forest and Everton. So why has Erik ten Hag abandoned his style? Well, after the Manchester Derby defeat, he stated that due to his collection of players that he has at Old Trafford, they will never be able to play the football his Ajax team played, and that they have to play a more direct style because of the makeup of the squad he has. On top of this, they brought in Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund and Andre Onana in the summer, who you could argue the point towards them all being counter-attacking and more direct football players. Højlund is a big centre forward who holds the ball up well and can run it behind. Mount's press is very strong, and Andre Onana has already showcased good longer distribution before to play direct in behind the opposition's back line. And you could also say that Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes suit counter-attacking and more direct football too. So this begs the question, why did Manchester United go from signing 3 key pieces of Erik ten Hag's Ajax team, which became famous for playing elite teams off the park in the Champions League, splashing nearly £200 million on Lisandro Martinez, Antony and Andre Onana, just to take centre stage in the second season under Erik ten Hag's leadership to play a style that is almost unrecognisable? Well, the simple answer is we don't know. And this is one of the many areas that Manchester United must improve on. There's too much emphasis on the manager to scout, identify and profile players for his system. It's become obvious now that there's a massive disconnection between the club's off-the-pitch issues, and it's now funneling right the way down and directly affecting performance levels. But despite all these complications, should Erik ten Hag be able to coach an identifiable and sustainable playing style after nearly 18 months in charge of the club? Or do you believe the disconnection between the football inside of the club is setting up any single coach to fail?